Reacher star Alan Ritchson once stopped a carjacker. I was like, instant Reacher mode. It turns out that Reacher star Alan Ritchson has a lot more in common with Jack Reacher than just his monstrous size. In a recent interview with EDEC, the actor provided details of a dangerous situation that he has faced in real life, revealing that he once leapt into instant Reacher mode after seeing someone breaking into a car. Dangerous situations? Yeah, you get a very different dude. My wife is here. She's right behind the camera. She's got cue cards for me, so I know what to say. I saw somebody, we were on a date in Montreal, walking to a very nice dinner, all dressed up, and we saw somebody breaking into a car. She put it together before I did because it was just hanging out with glass everywhere, like going through some body stuff. She goes, I think he's breaking into that car, and I was like, by gosh, I think you're right. And she goes, don't do it. And I was like, instant Reacher mode. Some justice has to be done here, and I chased that dude like 4 blocks until I tossed them into a building and the cops came. She was very, very mad at me for not just taking her on our date. You know, we got there eventually. You don't want to see that. No doubt the sight of Ritchson charging towards you would be a terrifying one, with the dude in question surely questioning his sanity after being apprehended by Jack Reacher himself. The actor clearly has the same strict sense of justice that the character does, at least to some extent, though he is quick to point out that his wife was a little unhappy that he put himself in danger and making them late for their date. But hey, it's all just another day at the office for Reacher. Beginning back in 2022, the first season of Reacher introduces Alan Ritchson as the title character, a former U.S. Army military police major now living as a nomad who is dragged into a conspiracy when he is arrested for murder. The first part of the second season dropped on Prime Video at the end of last year, and picks up with the character who, after members of his old military unit start turning up dead, has just one thing on his mind: revenge. Both seasons have been met with much critical acclaim, with Reacher being named the #1 series on Amazon Prime Video for 2023. The second season of Reacher has been a huge hit with audiences, surpassing the entire Season 1 audience by 50% in the first 3 days on the streamer, and becoming the #1 title of the year on Prime Video in terms of total viewers across all series and films globally. Reacher has been renewed for a 3rd season, with Ritchson revealing that audiences will get to enjoy Reacher in a new world. The first 2 seasons of Reacher are available to stream on Prime Video. Check out the trailer for Reacher Season 2 below. In the world of Hollywood, few actors perfectly embody the characters they play like Alan Ritchson does with Jack Reacher. As the star of the hit series Reacher, based on Lee Child's best-selling novels, Ritchson brings an intimidating mix of brains and brawn to the screen. With his towering physique and steely demeanor, he's the perfect fit for the titular character, a former military policeman who solves problems and rights wrongs with unmatched physical prowess and a razor-sharp mind. But in a twist that could have been ripped straight from the pages of the books, Ritchson proved that he didn't need to be on set to channel Reacher's heroic instincts. In a recent interview, Ritchson revealed an extraordinary real-life encounter that would leave anyone in awe. He once stopped a carjacker. As he described the harrowing experience, it was clear that Ritchson's calm yet powerful presence wasn't limited to his time on screen. I was like instant Reacher mode, he said with a laugh, recalling the moment when his instincts kicked in. The incident, real-life heroism unfolds. It all began on what was supposed to be a normal day for Ritchson. He was out running errands when he spotted something that immediately set off alarms in his head. A man was trying to forcefully take control of a car in a parking lot and attempted carjacking right in front of him. While many people might freeze in the face of such a situation, Ritchson did the opposite. His years of intense physical training for his roles and his deep understanding of Reacher's no-nonsense approach to dealing with bad guys seemed to take over. Without hesitation, he sprang into action. I just saw this guy struggling with a woman in her car, and I knew something wasn't right, Ritchson recalled. There's this moment when you have to decide, do you stay back or do you get involved? And for me, there was no question. I went straight for him. Channeling Jack Reacher, strength and strategy, Ritchson might play a fictional character, but the courage he showed that day was anything but. He approached the situation with the kind of calm, tactical mindset that Jack Reacher himself might employ. But unlike Reacher, who often neutralizes threats with military precision, Ritchson didn't need to resort to violence to subdue the would-be thief. It wasn't about fighting, he explained. It was about making sure everyone was safe. According to Ritchson, he focused on de-escalating the situation, something his character might not have been so gentle about. Reacher would probably have just knocked the guy out, but that's not always the best solution in real life. Instead, Ritchson used his imposing physical presence to create a barrier between the attacker and the woman who had been trying to protect her car and herself from the desperate carjacker. The sight of the actor, standing at 6'3" and built like a tank, was enough to give the criminal pause. I could see in his eyes that he was thinking twice about what he was doing, Ritchson said. When someone like Reacher steps in, you know you're in trouble. Diffusing the situation, a star with a calm mind, what happened next was a testament to Ritchson's calm demeanor and quick thinking. Rather than escalate the confrontation, Ritchson kept his voice steady and his body language non-threatening, yet firm. He managed to talk the carjacker down, convincing him to walk away before the situation spiraled out of control. It was a display of the power of presence over brute force, something that Ritchson himself credits to his work on Reacher. One of the things I love about playing Reacher is how much of what he does is mental, Ritchson said. Yes, he can take down anyone who comes at him, but more often than not, he uses his brain first. I guess that stuck with me. With the danger averted, the would-be carjacker fled, leaving behind a shaken but grateful woman and a crowd of onlookers who had been frozen in shock. Ritchson stayed behind to make sure the woman was okay and waited for authorities to arrive, downplaying his role as a hero in the process. I didn't think of it as anything special, he said. I just did what I think anyone should do in that situation. From actor to real-life protector, what drives Ritchson? The story of Ritchson's real-life heroism has only added to his growing reputation as a natural fit for the role of Jack Reacher. In the novels, Reacher is a drifter who wanders from town to town, always ready to stand up for the vulnerable and take down the dangerous. While Ritchson isn't quite the same loner as his character, his personal values clearly align with Reacher's sense of justice and protection. In interviews, Ritchson has often spoken about how much he admires the character's moral compass. Reacher doesn't go looking for trouble, but when he sees someone in need, he acts, Ritchson said. I think that's something we could all learn from. It's easy to see why fans of Reacher have embraced Ritchson so wholeheartedly. He brings an authenticity to the role that extends beyond the screen. His real-life actions reflect the same spirit of integrity, strength, and compassion that have made Jack Reacher such an enduring literary and cinematic figure. A star who stays grounded despite the acclaim he's received for his portrayal of Reacher, Ritchson remains humble about his success and the real-life moments that mirror his on-screen heroics. At the end of the day, I'm just a guy trying to do what's right, he said. Playing Reacher is amazing, but we all have the ability to make a difference in the world, whether we're actors or not. As Reacher continues to captivate audiences, it's clear that Ritchson has made the character his own, not just through his performance, but through his actions off-screen as well. His story of stopping a carjacker is a reminder that sometimes life imitates art in the most unexpected ways. And for Alan Ritchson, it seems that stepping into Reacher mode isn't just